Whether you have a blue bin or a Kirby box, all of the materials from them end up here at the Bryson House Recycling Centre in Belfast. Here all the materials are sorted and processed before being sent to the factories where they will be made into new products.
In the course of a year, we'd process around 40,000 tonnes, which is enough to fill nearly 50 football pitches, adult knee-deep, in rubbish. In total, around 75% of all our household waste can be either recycled or composted.
To separate out all the different materials from the blue bins, a huge machine called a Material Recovery Facility, or MRF for short, processes it. The MRF consists of a series of conveyor belts to carry and assist in sorting the mixed materials. The machine separates some materials like paper and cans out mechanically, while the card and plastic bottles are sorted by hand. The MRF costs over £1 million and can process over 120 tonnes of material every day. The mixed waste from the blue bins arrives and is dumped in a huge pile by the lorries. The digger scoops up the mixed waste and dumps it on the end of the first conveyor belt. Before it can be sorted, any contamination needs to be removed. Everything that isn't a plastic bottle, a can, card or paper must be lifted out. The biggest problem is plastic bags, which can tangle around the moving parts of the machinery. With 120 tonnes going through it every day, having to stop the machine and remove a tangled bag can really hold things up. Other rubbish like cartons, other plastics and even dirty nappies and rotten food come through as well. All of this has to be removed so it doesn't contaminate the rest of the materials that can be recycled. If there is too much unwanted rubbish mixed in, the recycling factories will not accept the load and it would have to be landfilled. This is why it is so important that you never put anything other than paper, card, plastic bottles and cans in your blue bin. Once any contamination has been removed, the mixed materials go through a series of spinning chains, which lift off the paper. The paper then goes off along a different conveyor belt. The rest of the mixed materials continues on and the cans are removed. The steel cans are taken out using a magnet, and an electrical charge removes the aluminium cans. The plastic bottles and card are then lifted off by hand. The paper that was removed earlier now goes through its final sorting. Any cans, plastic bottles, card or rubbish that came off with the paper are removed, and the waste paper travels on to the end of the belt, where it falls into a huge pile of paper. The plastic bottles go through a bottle piercer. This puts holes in the bottles so that they are much easier to crush later on.
The cans, plastic bottles and cards are now processed in a compactor. These are huge crushing machines that squash the material into blocks, making them easier to store, move about and transport.
The pre-sorted cans, plastic bottles, foil and card from the Kirby's go straight into the compactors. The paper is added to the pile from the MRF and the glass bottles are emptied into the piles of different colours outside. Any clothes and tools are also removed for storage.
Almost all of what we take are from households in the area of Belfast, Lisburn, Antrim, Ballymena, Newtonabbey, Down, Ards, North Down, Larne, Carrickfergus, that region. We also take material in our separate depot in Banbridge, from Banbridge and Armagh as well. Generally speaking, the materials that we recycle are newspapers and magazines, glass bottles and jars, food and drinks cans, plastic bottles, card and cardboard, textiles, aluminium foil and old hand tools.
So now you know what happens to the materials from your blue bin or Kirby box. So just what happens to those sorted, crushed and packed materials now?